at this point is pretty low, so you definitely should not be overcommitting to turrets at this point. So we're gonna see a little harass here with these Hellions. They're gonna be pushing those third, which is nice because he's gonna deny this third, but Mo is actually gonna be pulling this third away, which I don't agree with because Hellions actually can't hit up, so you don't actually need to move the command center. All you needed to do is go and clean up those Hellions and then drop it back down again. He does not need to be moving it over here.
I think he just is wary of all of these Vikings that Panda has. I mean, the amount of Vikings is almost absurd with the amount that is on the field. I mean, he really does have air superiority right now, and that's a really large advantage for Panda right now. And the fact that he's just pulling all of these Hellions back, and also he's going to be taking his fourth? Yeah, that's a fourth expansion right now. I mean, he's so far in the lead. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, he's in terrific shape, obviously, because he denied the third. The third is actually going to be floating to a completely different location to mine here, and he's on his fourth base, and it's actually just going to be a planetary here, so that's going to be pretty safe.
I just love how Panda categorizes his units here. I mean, you can tell. We do have a little bit of a drop here from KSxBadMofo in the mineral line. Let's see, I mean, he's doing quite a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, the medevac does go down by all of those Vikings, but does he do quite a lot of damage? No, the worker's kill count does not show. Oh, misclick! Oh my gosh, dude, he sends the Marines and the Marauders and another medevac in the mix of that.
This is terrible. Just in the Blue Flame Hellions, he's actually just going to lose everything. He shouldn't even be running away. Honestly, if you're in a situation where your units are gonna die for sure, you should not run them away, obviously, because they just die running. You should do the maximum amount of damage that units can do while they're still alive, even though it's gonna be very, very little. It matters in the long run versus just losing for free, right? So he definitely should have attacked there, but
yeah, right now Panda's he's got these 3 factories, actually 4 factories. I don't even know where the fourth. There's the fourth one. You know, right now he's just gonna be pushing the front with all of these Hellions. I mean, he can lose this and not really be in a bad place.
absolutely, he just wants this siege tank line to move up here, and that's quite clearly what he's doing. He's definitely gonna be sieging up and just starting to encroach on KSxBadMofo's side of the map here and slowly tank push all the way to the front here. And there's actually not a whole lot that KSxBadMofo can do at this point because his Viking count is pretty much 0 now. He lost all his Vikings to the huge flock that Panda has, and now it's just easy for those Vikings to get sight and take out slowly every tank that Mofo has, and it's actually just going to be a slow push to KSxBadMofo's death unless he starts doing some really interesting counterattacks and drops, which is absolutely what he needs to be doing with this bio army instead of leaving it in his front, because it's not good against tanks.
No, unfortunately, all the Marines will get picked off from all of these tanks. You know, and I love the placement of Panda right now. I mean, he's using Vikings just to keep that air superiority. But wow, look at that beautiful timing on Mo. He actually unsieges those 2 tanks and moves them to a better position. Unfortunately, whether it's a better position or not, I disagree, because the fact that it gives Panda the ability to move up more tanks closer to his base. Look at that.
Absolutely,
I mean,
he's losing ground so badly here.
Yeah.
And he does move in with this bio, and it just gets completely pummeled by this huge tank line. And yeah, this is actually very, very bad. Never, ever send your bio units into a tank line.
Yeah, because tanks do so much damage. I mean, look at that. Damage 35 and versus armor 50. That's just insane right now. And you can see that.
Alright, Panda does not even have upgrades on any of these tanks, but he actually just has so many that it's not even going to matter this game.
Not at all. I mean, slowly they're just picking away at each other right now with the tanks. And you can tell that gfPanda is just going to be moving slowly into the mix of this line. I mean, you can clearly divide this. You know, you can divide this with a cookie cutter, because honestly, man. But right now, Mo's actually going to be trying to take advantage of this. He's going to be trying to move in, but unfortunately, you know, there's so many tanks in the back, you know, pummeling down on all of his units right now, and he's got the Hellions to do additional damage, and the medevac does go down. You know, losing all those medevacs, especially against those Vikings, is just devastating. Because I mean, you sack so many minerals and gas into those medevacs that, you know, having air superiority does have advantages.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's pretty much what TVT has evolved to. We're actually seeing like a huge evolution where like a lot of players used to do this kind of bio with a little bit of tanks for defense kind of build. But now that a lot of players are favoring these mass mech, mass tank lines, mass Viking flocks, we're even seeing a lot of players do like Raven point defense drone against their Vikings so you can take them out, stuff like that. Like the matchup is evolving so rapidly that if you're still doing these old bio builds, you're actually just gonna lose straight up in any fight.
Especially
which we're seeing.
in TVT.
Yeah, well, that's entirely what I'm talking about. Yeah, only TVT. I mean, mech play is very, very detrimental to bio unless you are not engaging the army. You can actually win if you do a lot of drops and a lot of positional disadvantage type stuff where if they're like Panda is so close to Mo's base, if Mo sneaks off a drop at the 4th and a drop at the natural, he can actually get one of them to do a substantial amount of damage, but he's actually just going to try to engage in the front here, and it's just not going to go well for Mo here.
Oh, here we go. He does do an engagement right now. I mean, he is going to be trying to whittle down all of these tanks with his bio army, but unfortunately the Marauders can't take the damage. Unfortunately, the Marines get sacked.
Which is not going to be enough damage because the Marines are what deal your DPS, and it's not good enough here.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, if he did take a few of those units and just peppered in, like dropping up at the top and up to the right, I mean, he really could have done significant damage. He could also be taking out a couple of command centers and a lot of SCVs, because right now, I mean, gfGPanda is just like dominating in this matchup right now.
Absolutely, like a lot of these places we don't even see much defense. Like this natural doesn't have a lot of defense. Even the 4th base has a planetary, but besides that, like there's free depots here, there's free SCVs. He definitely could be a lot more active about doing damage, but I think the fact that there's a huge siege line in his front is pretty terrifying, because if you're doing drops and Panda just gets fed up and pushes the front, then you actually just lose. So.
Right now, we see that Mo's going to be dropping some of his Marauders right next to the tanks, trying to take them out. Well, he gets one. Is he going to be able to get two? No, but he moves in more units into the tank line. I mean, honestly, I think he really needed a tech switch out of bio. I mean, because you can see that he keeps on making more and more Marauders.
Absolutely, he has so many units queued up in these barracks. Like, not only did he not ramp up his production appropriately, but he just is not. He's not changing. He's noticing that he's lost his army over and over to these engagements, and yet he hasn't done anything to adjust this whatsoever, which I think is a bit of a mistake here.
Yeah, the fact that the evolution of the game has been changing into this mech build, you know, it's really hard for players such as Mo to keep that MMM build. Unfortunately, it's just not really working out for him.
Yeah, it's actually not going to work at all. So.
Yeah, and right now we can see that he's just going to keep on pushing that line of tanks. Yeah.
He did load up a drop here that is going to go to the base on the far right. But again, like, good idea, but this should have been happening 10 minutes ago. You know, this should have been the entirety of the positional attacking that he's doing should have been these drops. And there are Blue Flame Hellions just waiting for this drop to happen, so I don't think this is going to go very well.
Yeah.
That said, we see all the Blue Flame Hellions pushing the front too, so this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, it looks like it's in gfGPanda's favor right now. No matter what kind of drop that he does put down, it's not even going to be worth it. Yeah, right now he's just got such a hard contain on Mo right now, is that it's devastating to watch this, because yeah, and Mo just throws up the GG.
Absolutely. Definitely, you know, very tough position. Once your opponent Terran has a siege tank line in front of your base, very, very tough position to break out of, because at that point all he needs to do is wait around for you to make a mistake, and Mo kept making the mistake that he needed to not be making, which is pushing in bio units into that huge tank line.
Yeah, and the fact that, you know, Mo, that BadMofo didn't really have you know, the ability to see his expansion not being made for such a long time really set him back very far, and also losing like 16 SCVs in the beginning of that matchup was really putting him behind as well. So
Absolutely, he was in very, very bad shape going into the mid game, but he still held on for quite a while despite that because he is a pretty decent macro player, but unfortunately it just was not enough, and the unit composition was really the main problem in this game. He absolutely needed to adjust the unit composition when he noticed all the massive amount of tanks.
completely agree. So, but once again, you guys, thank you for watching, and we're gonna be heading over to game 2, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.